Hey everybody, thanks for walking with me or watching another episode of Winston Walks or Walking Winston. We are here in downtown Toronto. We are at college and well, just past Bay. And we're gonna walk up, we're gonna walk along, actually go through Queen's Park today. It is the evening, so it's an evening stroll. I hope you enjoy those. The weather's actually pretty nice tonight. That's why I was able to, thought I'd get one in. It's about probably 3 to 4 degrees here. You know, people are obviously still bundled up, but it's not bad here. I find it's not bad. I was Elizabeth Street here. So you've got like a lot of the hospitals. Like a women's college hospital is up here. And then this is the Mars building. And then we've got a lot of the hospitals down there. These are the back entrances. The front entrances are going to be on the next major intersection we're going to cross, which is University. So it's an early evening. A lot of folks are getting off work, as you can see. It's pretty busy. Oh, sorry, I caught like a blind spot there. Thank you for everybody who's been watching my videos. I see a lot of folks have been enjoying a lot of the food shorts and the like we go to shows sometimes, right? We try to catch shows. I try to catch little shorts just to kind of help promote the show as well. I don't want to like, you know, put on the thing. You know, I just want to be respectful to the performers and stuff, but at the same time kind of give a little bit of flavor and taste to everybody. So, you know, if you like it, to go check it out as well. I did with the Vegas ones, and then the ones down here in Niagara Falls recently. I did the tribute ones are pretty nice. Because sometimes, you know, obviously with the artists passing on, you know, or, you know, they're you know, they've moved into their more golden years. You won't get the performances like you do now. Thus the tributes are kind of nice to see in person, and you know, be able to at least, you know, have that little experience. It's fun, you know. So I'm glad you folks enjoy that. So here is the Mars building. It's a technology, I guess it would be described as a technology-based, it's a lot of like smaller tech, I don't know what they're called, I don't know the startups, but it's a lot of, like even, I mean, to even say startups would be misleading, because I know like the big financial institutions, they have a lot of, a big presence there because it's their investments into like technology as well. So I don't know, it's sort of a hub, I guess, for that. Hard to describe. Oh wow, this thing went up. Last time I walked down here, that was not still being built, so I guess that's part of the U of T. Wow. It's a nice building. There've been a lot of happenings in Toronto. A lot of local politics. I think I mentioned in a previous video about property taxes, and then obviously our housing here is a big thing. I think that there was a proposal of raising property taxes by 10.5%, and then with a possible 6% topper if the federal government didn't add it on. And then you know, there's a big outcry amongst folks who rent down here, because rent is extremely expensive, and apparently within, just because you don't own, there was apparently there's a rule within even with rent control that the landlords could pass on extraordinary increases in things like property taxes. So a lot of folks were worried that that was going to be passed on. The mayor yesterday, she said she was going to try to put something in terms of I think it's multi-residential structure. Essentially, she's saying that for renters, they can be, the max is 4%, I believe, which would protect them. So this is College University, so this is actually where a lot of the big hospitals are. So I'm actually not going to go there today. I'm going to go this way. This is where Queen's Park is. And I'm going to go walk up there. This is where I believe the provincial government houses their operations from Ontario, anyways. So let's walk here. So getting back to supposedly she says for multi-complexes, which should cover rentals, they're gonna cap it at 4%. So we shall see how that turns out. But then when they asked her how are they going to make up for that deficit of revenue that they're not going to be getting, she said that'll come soon. So who knows if there'll be another tax in some other way to get you, right? And then also with interest rates now, apparently, so the Bank of Canada has indicated that they are at the top end of their interest rate cycle, meaning that they probably are going to pause at some point in the future, possibly lower rates, which has actually caused bond rates to come down. And if you sort of follow the mortgage market, that's where mortgages are priced at, and that has actually caused, sort of, depending on who you talk with, at least more activity in terms of housing here. So it's funny though, if you follow history, in the 70s, the central banks kind of made the same error where they started to prematurely lower rates before inflation was done, and inflation actually spiked up again. So who knows if they are actually making that same error, because if you follow commodity markets, they are now going up again. So, do expect your fuel, energy to start going up, etc. Food has not gotten cheaper still. So, who knows? And then if inflation does have a second spike, they'll probably be forced to actually increase those rates even higher from where they are. So anyways, just be careful, folks, is what I'm saying. So there's the Parliament building. But yes, just be careful, folks, when committing how much you're going to buy. You don't necessarily have to buy the most housing possible. The economy is not great either. People are losing their jobs. A I've read several reports where the Bank of Canada has had to assist at least one or more large financial institutions in terms of their liquidity needs via overnight operations. But don't want to get too technical. This is not a finance YouTube channel, but basically somebody, they're not going to name who because that would cause an issue, is who needs basically financing because the other banks or financial institutions don't accept their collateral for overnight loans because each bank doesn't have the cash on hand per day, right? So they'll either overnight lend something, an asset, to another bank, say, hey, give me like a loan for a night just to cover my loans, and the other bank will be like, okay, and they'll get a little bit of interest. But for some reason, one or more of these big banks is not able to get that money right now. So, which is kind of a scary thought because that's kind of what happened with 07. It was more prevalent in the States with Citi and a lot of the other super large FIs. I think Washington Mutual blew up, but anyways, we don't want that to happen. But I'll tell you folks that I know a lot of people actually. I looked at my statistics on this channel, and it was kind of funny because a lot of folks are watching from other parts of the world. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. But here, people really, honest to God, don't believe that housing prices could go down, even though we are building a ton of condos here. And you've watched my other videos, you'll know that we've got so many new condos always going up, and still more projects now. And then also, they've talked about obviously the immigrants that come here, and then recently they've also reduced the amount of international students, and I don't know if that's the right thing to do because the international students are actually the ones that are very productive, right? Don't know if that's, granted there are also schools here, so the problem here is that there are schools that cater to international students that are super expensive, because international students, when they come here, I think they pay like 4 times what a domestic student pays for school, and they've set up schools here that don't really give them a good education. They just do it as a money grab, right? So I think the government's trying to stop those. And it's always a delicate balance between that, because you've got folks who come here for an honestly good education, and they're not getting that education that they pay for, right? It's just a money grab. Interesting. Got a park out over there. During the day, it's nice. A lot of people go there, and when it's not winter, obviously, they sit and they have lunch. It's very nice. Down there is the University of Toronto. There's a loop here. You go, and there's the University of Toronto. The campus starts around there. It's huge, obviously. They've got a big chunk of downtown real estate. The schools also are getting a lot of heat for not providing enough housing as well. And U of T is part of that. Right? They do own a lot of land downtown. And You know, to be fair, for these students, like if you look online, you'll see some of the horror stories. These poor kids, right? You know, when I was growing up in Toronto, frankly, you know, we just took a bus. Like, you know, we all lived locally, right? We just took a bus to go to school, right? Right now, like I was talking to one of the kids, he worked at a pizza place, and he lives in like the suburbs. It's called Scarborough, and they used to take a long ride to get to school, and it's pretty horrible in terms of the conditions that folks have to be in, you know, to go to school down here. So, like, it's not great. I won't go into it, but I mean, you know, kind of look at Toronto today and what I grew up with, and it's a lot different. So we're at Queen's Park now and Wellesley.
So I'm at Wellesley and Fruits. If you want me to call you when you get there.
Imagine there's that park there. We're gonna cross.
If you want to meet me there.
A lot of these buildings too are part of I think U of T as well right now. Yeah, these ones are on this side too. But that is a park in the middle there. And then here, this area is buildings, quote unquote colleges for the U of T campus. It's a nice relaxing walk tonight. All the folks here as well in the summer can jog. I think there's like a circle. It's not a track per se, but it's a circle you can run around that whole area. Oh, like this person here is running. And I think it's tonight would not be the night to run around. This would be St. Joseph right now. We're coming up to St. Joseph Street. Okay, we're gonna cross here because there's no light. But there's no cars either. So we're good. It's part of U of T. overall, a very beautiful night. You know, nice night to take a walk. Thanks again for walking with me. I very much do appreciate it. I do try to take some of the walks when it is colder. I know folks like to watch that too, but sometimes it's just too cold for me. And there's other great Toronto streamers that provide that as well. So I give them all the credit for doing that. It's cold down here, I tell you. You get really cold. That's one of the downsides of Toronto. Living in Toronto is that you get the cold winters, but more campuses of U of T, like I mentioned. I think I'm going to turn in, walk through the campus a bit. I think I can cut through here as well. Give you a little bit of flavor of the U of T buildings.
I know everywhere in the US. So like everywhere in the US is so fucking cheap to rent.
Yeah, see, even the students, they're talking about the rents in the U.S. Via here. It's interesting because when you compare per dollar, like even, I guess the appropriate comparison would be, per how much someone earns per year. It's such a different, like it's a huge disparity in how much someone would need here to earn, to live here versus in the U.S. But sorry, I know I talk a lot about it, but right now in Toronto, it is actually a very hot topic amongst the folks who live down here. Oh, this is a nice area down here. I could see where people would just relax here on a warm day. They've got benches down here too, and this circle thing. Pretty quiet down here. That's kind of nice. Okay, well, I feel a little bit of drops falling on my head, and this stream is about the usual 20 plus minutes. So what I'm going to do is keep it bite-sized for you folks. My name is Winston. Thanks for walking with me today. I'm based in Toronto. I take walks, and I appreciate you folks walking with me. I thank you for watching, whether you are a tourist, someone who's visiting, or someone who lives down here, or you just like enjoying these videos and you get something positive out of it. That's all I care about. I appreciate it. Thanks again for walking with me, and I'll see you in the next walk. Bye-bye.